Hey, what's going on, guys? My name is Asian Psycho, and this is going to be the very last episode to the very long chapter of the Exploring the Arsenal series featuring the G23 family. And it's been quite some time since I first started this chapter on the Exploring the Arsenal. There have been 10 episodes. I think that's the longest chapter that I'm ever gonna do for this playlist. But here we go, this is the last one, we're almost there, and let's finish up with a bang. And to finish it off, we have the very quite unique M1849 Pocket Revolver handgun, and this is actually a very good revolver. I was quite surprised when I first used this. I had never used it before because I hadn't ever forged the Anaconda Silver or the P226 Silver, which both of those guns you can forge in order to get the M1849 Pocket Revolver. I believe this one, if you forge P226 Silver, I think it's a Type B. I'm not too sure which one's the Type B and which one's the Type A, but nonetheless, it doesn't really matter because they're both still the same gun anyway. Once again, you can forge the Anaconda Silver or the not the M1911, the P226 Silver. So if you guys have either of those handguns, I highly recommend you forge it, because this revolver is quite fun to use, and best of all, it's actually quite practical. So let's get started. So its damage, we'll move on with stats. Its damage is at it's actually pretty low for a revolver at only 66. It's just barely a 2-shot kill at close range, and theoretically speaking, you should, like, according to or due to personal experience with past revolvers or with other revolvers, because of the revolver's typically low or very short damage drop-off range, I had expected the M1849 Pocket Revolver to have a very low range and thus have like 3-shot kills at like anywhere longer than like short range, but actually no, it's actually quite surprising. Quite surprisingly, the M1849 Pocket Revolver has a very good range damage drop off. I've only had a couple instances where I was shooting at people at longer than medium range, and they were 3-shot kills or more than 2-shot kills. That's very surprising because it has lower damage than most revolvers, but we'll get into why it does have lower damage. Moving on to the portability. The portability is the same amongst the Ghosts of Guns Past group. Basically all the forgeable revolvers that you can get by forging different pistols. But it's very high in terms of just being a pistol. It has 93 portability, so if you need a handgun to get you places fast, this is one of them. 93 portability, that's one of the highest amongst all pistols in this game, so make sure you use it to your advantage. Now this is where the main strength of the M1849 Pocket Revolver comes into play. The rate of fire is 20. Now for most of you, you might be thinking, well, so what? The G23 has like 45 rate of fire. You can spam that thing for shit, and this is just a crappy old revolver. If you've ever used a revolver, you know how painfully slow the rate of fire is. Well, statistically speaking, just looking at statistics alone, this means that the M1849 Power Revolver shoots almost twice as fast. At 20 rate of fire, that's freaking fast. And in this gameplay, I hope you guys can see just how fast this handgun fires. This is absolutely batshit insane for a revolver. You're shooting off rounds almost twice as fast as you would normally be able to do with most other revolvers. That's freaking crazy, and coupled with the fact that it has a very good damage drop-off, it's actually quite good. It's actually very good for pistols only matches. You can rape shit up with this revolver just because of its rate of fire alone. And make sure to use it. And even though it does only have 6 bullets, this still means that you don't have to wait as long as you would normally need to fight in between shots in order to get ready to fire your next shot. You know, so the rate of fire definitely one of the strongest points on the Pocket Revolver. Now, its accuracy is, compared to the Dragoon that I had just reviewed in my previous video, is 2 points higher than the Dragoon at 67 accuracy. But then again, me personally, I don't really care about the accuracy too much, but it is at least quite nice to know that the accuracy is still increased from the Dragoon. So more accuracy is better than less accuracy. And the recoil is identical to the Dragoon at 66 recoil, and it's understandable because it is a revolver, but due to the significantly increased rate of fire, the recoil may start posing a problem, because even though the recoil typically is or the rate of fire is typically still low enough for you to recover in order to fire your revolver as if you had never fired before, if you guys can make sense of what I just said there. Revolvers still have a very high recoil kickback, and it will definitely jerk around in your hand. So if you've got if you've got your pocket revolver and you try spamming it as fast as you can, the recoil may start adding up, and you may miss your shots because of it, because of your recoil. But then again, recoil, all in all, for a revolver doesn't really matter all that too much. Now, everything else about the M1849 revolver, pocket revolver, in terms of gameplay mechanics and the way that it performs, is identical. Reload speed, or reload animation, reload speed, center speed, draw speed, sprint drawback, sprint animation, basically your view on the character HUD. All that are pretty much the same. And as for luck, that's also the same too. Fire mode's the same. Key physical characteristics, it does look like a revolver. I don't know really how best to describe it, but there is some sort of enlarged pistol trigger guard underneath the cylinder, if you guys know what it looks like. So I guess that could be your giveaway factor, for lack of a better term. And ammo capacity, they're exactly the same. Sorry about that. Ammo capacity is the same at 6 bullets and over 24 rounds in magazine. And attachment options is the revolver, so I don't think you can attach anything on it. Fireteam, once again, if you're a big fan of revolvers, it's up to you. Quarantine, like I said, yes, because of portability. Maybe yes to fend off zombies, but because of its low bullet count, I don't think it's the most practical for, quarantine. But I mean, you could still use it in order to get away, make your getaways a lot quicker, because it does have that 93 portability. And I mean, 93 portability. How can you go wrong with that? So that's the review on the M1849 Pocket Revolver. I am a huge fan of this handgun just because of its rate of fire alone, and I hope you guys will check out the Pocket Revolver and use it yourselves, because it is a very fun gun. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you guys in the next chapter.